Welcome to Very Smart Budgeting, guys. I'm so excited because even though it's Monday and I normally do my cash stuffing on a Friday, but it's been so crazy, so much of a packed week that this is when I'm able to do it. So I'm excited to just be able to take care of this. So listen, this is all about cash stuffing, budgets, and faith, and everything else in between. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and connect. So welcome back. So today's budget is going to be $742. I went to the bank today and took my money out. Of course, not everything's out because it's not supposed to be, right? So the purpose when we do the cash stuffing is not to take all of your money out of the bank. At least that's not my purpose. I definitely leave everything that I need to pay as far as like rent and other things. That money just stays in the bank, including my tithes. So there's definitely some things that I definitely just leave in the bank. And of course, you know, my savings account, money market account money, all of that stays in the bank. Everything else that I'm going to be using for my day-to-day or even for some sinking funds, that's the money that I do take out. Everybody does their cash stuffing completely different. And guess what? I don't believe there's like a one single way to undoing it, right? You just got to do it the best way that it works for you. So we're going to go ahead and count money. And as you know, I'm going to make sure that all of my bills are facing forward, because I don't like having bills upside down. They all have to just be facing forward. And I know I'm not the only one, because I know I've had some budgeters tell me the same exact thing, that, oh my God, yes, my bills need to be facing forward and they can't be all like looking crazy. So yes, that's the space where I am. And so let's just make sure to do that before we get started. And then I'm going to just make sure to count the money, make sure that we have exactly everything that we are supposed to have. Okay, so today's video will be fairly short because all we're doing is just the cash stuffing and just making sure that, you know, we're going according to my budget. Let me take out my budget here, because I always make sure I'm getting better at this, of just writing everything down to just make sure that I stay right on budget. So let me make sure that I have that, even down to my denominations, like, because it makes my life easier when I have to just like click this, because I'm like, I track everything. I want to be sure that everything that I'm doing is making sense and matching with numbers, right? So we're going to put this to the side. We have the calculator, and let's go ahead and just start counting money. So for ones, we should have $7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so we have $7. And for fives, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, $35. And for tens, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 20. 120. And for 20s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is 180. And then for 50s, we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 300 for 50s, and we have 100. So where did I stop at? For 10s, I said that we have 120. You know what? Let's start again. So for the ones, we have $7. For fives, we have $35. For tens, we have $120. For 20s, we have $180. And for 50s, we have 300, and then we have $100. So we have a total of $742. Can you guys see that? Okay. Okay, cool. So let's just go ahead and begin the cash stuffing. Guys, how is everyone doing? How is your cash stuffing going? Have you taken the leap and stepped into this world of cash stuffing? I hope you have. Like if you're connected, you're watching and you're like, oh, I want to give that a try, but does it make sense for me? I mean, it definitely has to make sense to you right before you do it. But I have to tell you that it's going to make sense. You want to know why? Because it's the best way that you, in my opinion, that you can definitely save money and that you can just keep track of everything, right? So let's get started. So for groceries, we will be adding today. Groceries will be receiving $150. So I'm just going to go ahead and take $150 and we're going to go ahead and put that away. Well, we still have money here. Awesome. We still have money. Okay, so now for groceries, we have 150, 250 for groceries. Okay, and we're just gonna go ahead and make note of that. So we're gonna put today's date is the 23rd, groceries. And we are adding 150, bringing our total to $250. Make sure, this is what I love about the budget sheets, because sometimes I forget things and just this budget sheet just literally helps me stay on track. It's almost like that old-fashioned way of keeping track of your money, right? Okay, so for transportation, what do we have? Let me just cross out groceries. Transportation, we will be adding $100. So let's just take 250s. And again, this is normally like my budget for 2 weeks. This covers me. And remember I told you guys I was trying to be like a month ahead. I think I'm actually a month ahead with this. No, I don't think. I know I am. I have 100, 200, 250, 300, and 350. So now we have $350 in transportation money. So I can honestly say I am ahead on my transportation. So again, let me add today's date. And this is supposed to cover me, I'm going to say from 9/23 throughout 1, 2, 3, 4 through October 4th. And this was adding 150 and adding 100. And now balance is $350. Okay, we added 100. Moving along. So like I said, it totally makes sense to do this because again, you're like literally allocating the money, you're separating your money, you're making sure that, you know, you're not overspending. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I don't overspend or that I don't buy things that I don't need to buy. I'm just trying to be a better steward, if that makes sense, right? By using this system, it allows me to spend less. It allows me to not buy the things that I really don't need. So I'm getting better at it, right? I haven't mastered it, but I am getting very good at it. And I think that's one of the purposes that this is working out for me. So if you struggle with any of those things that you're like, yes, I'm an overspender, or this system will literally just kind of create like that sense of discipline that you'll be able to like manage your money a little bit better, a whole lot better. Okay, so for dining out, which is really lunch money, is going to receive $100 today. So again, this covers me for 2 weeks. I also have to check my wallet to see how much money I have left on my wallet. Okay, so today's date, and again, 9/23. This will be good until October 4th, and we are adding 100. So the balance is 100. Okay, so like I said, you know, you may want to just sit down and just determine, is this like what I need to do? And I'll be really honest, considering the statistics and how people spend money and the number of people that are in debt, right? I believe this is definitely a good system for many, many people for many reasons. So I really urge you to give it a shot if you haven't done so already, because I just feel like it's just going to make your financial life a whole lot better. Okay, so we added money for lunch, transportation, groceries, so we're good. We're not going to add anything on car insurance. However, even though I did assign like a specific envelope for car insurance, I am skipping it this payroll, but I will be adding it for the next payroll. It's not an emergency, it's actually a small amount, so I'm good with that one. And then for beauty, we will be adding $15 for beauty, so we're gonna get a 10 and a 5, and we'll be adding that to beauty. Let's see how much we have so far for beauty. So we have 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. So we have $40 now for beauty. Okay, so let's just make sure to add this in. It says 40. How much did I have already? I had 15, right? I just added 15, and I have 25. Okay, so now plus 15 gives you 40. And today's date. Okay, perfect. There we go. See why I do these? Just making sure to fill in my budget sheets because I'm trying to keep track of everything that I'm doing. It just helps me. It really helps me stay grounded. It just helps me, period. Okay, we're skipping clothing and we're going to go ahead and just move right along to our next binder, which in this case is going to be the sinking funds binder. And we will be adding money to my spending account. Totally love that part, right? When you can just add money to spending. Let me make sure you guys see my money here. So we are going to be adding $50 for, actually, let's do, for spending, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do tens instead. Let's do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. For some reason, like sometimes I like using the bigger bills because I'm like, oh, I don't want to break a big bill. But then I know myself, I'm going to be spending. So let me just get the tens because then I can just flow it out that way, if that even makes sense. Okay, so spending will be receiving $50. So we'll add today's date. This is spending money. And now we have 50. So we added 50. You guys, I just went to Nashville, Tennessee on a work trip, and it was so amazing. I had such an amazing time. I mean, from the restaurants, the places we went to eat, just the entire conference that I attended. It was just like a really great experience. I don't know how many here connected. If you're from Nashville, Tennessee, big shout out to you. I absolutely loved it. I live in North Carolina, and it was just like, wow, Nashville is sweet. Nashville is really nice. Okay, so Mother's Day, we're skipping Mother's Day. And for birthdays, we will be adding $15 for birthday. So let's see how much money we have so far for birthdays. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, and 15. So now we have $115 for birthdays. So my son's birthday, Jacob, is coming up. He's going to be 14 years old. So he doesn't know what he wants yet. Well, he kind of does, but everything he asks us for is kind of like really like he wants to go to another state. And we're just like, oh, really? So let me just do here plus 15. No, I'm sorry. Birthdays, what did I do? Birthdays is, yeah, plus 15, and now is $115. Is that what I said? Yep, that is exactly what I said. Father's Day, we're skipping. And then 4th of July, we're not adding anything yet. So what I'm looking to do, you guys must be like, why is she skipping certain ones? So because I try to just like work it in a way that's going to make sense by the time this holiday comes along. So what I'll do is that once I feel, I'll come up with like an exact number that I feel like we're going to need for, you know, and how we're going to spend 4th of July. And then I divide that by the number of, according to my payroll. So right now it's actually a little too soon. You know what I mean? So I'm not worrying about this right now. However, for harvest time, that is literally right around the corner. We will be adding money, and we will be adding today. Let's see, a 20 and a 5. So we are adding $25 for harvest time. How much do we currently have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 240, $265 for harvest time. That's a good amount of money. And again, I think I mentioned this before, like one of the things we're looking to do is just to make sure, right, that we buy what we need for, like, you know, our Thanksgiving dinner. And then of course I want to be sure to be able to bless a person or a family that may be in need. So anything that I have left over, that's always going to be like, and I don't like using the word leftover because I always like to designate for giving, for charity, and all that good stuff. But yeah. Okay, so for harvest time, we just added $25, which brings the balance to $265. We're adding today's date, and this is harvest. Okay. Christmas money. We have Christmas money, and our denominations will be a 50, 10, and 5. So 50, 10, and 5. So we have $65. And let me just make sure to write this in. Today's date, Christmas, and $65. So now we have 650 plus 65. Woo, we already have $715. Like, wait a second. Are we really going to spend that much money in gifts? I don't know. But let's just go ahead and put this money away. Okay, I may have to start condensing bills. So let me make sure that there's 715. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 550, 570. 590, 610, 620, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 705, 10, 15. Yep, so we do have $715 for Christmas money. Like, oh shoot. I kind of feel like that's a little bit excessive. Is that just me? Okay, I don't know. All right, so for my birthday, we're going to be adding $22. So we have a 20 and we have 1 and 2. 21, $22. And we currently have, let's see, I have a good little stash here. Pretty proud of myself, y'all. See, this is exactly what I mean, right? Like, the proof is in the pudding, right? Like, this is it right here. Like, the fact that you're able to make a budget, do your best to stick to a budget, right? Try your best not to overspend. Try your best sometimes to have like no spending days, right? Definitely using a kind of system. I'm again trying. I haven't mastered. I can't tell you I'm doing it 100%, but I'm pretty close. Like, I am implementing Dave Ramsey's baby steps. Okay, I'm on baby step number 2. I am just trying to come out of debt right now because it's necessary. You may be saying, well, if you're in debt, why are you adding money to this? Well, sometimes I'm creating these binders, like sinking funds, right? And whatever I don't end up using for what I assigned it to, it's gonna get pushed right into whatever debt there is. So because I'm also adding to that as well. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 120, 40, 60, 80, 210, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So we have $242. And do I have a marker? Yes, I do. So let's go ahead and cross out a birthday cake that we have just filled in. Okay, so what did I say? 242. Well, let's see. We have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 cakes times 22 is exactly $242. That's exactly what I counted. That's exactly what I have. So I'm happy that this is making sense right now. Okay. All right, so $22, and now we have $242. Okay, perfect. So we are done with this binder. Let's get moving along. Okay, guys, so welcome. Last but certainly not least will be the kids binder, and this binder is really quick. So let's see how much money we have here. So for Hannah's money, this is like my money, because every time this child of mine wants something, I'm buying it. We're buying it, my husband and I. And then I forget that she has her money in her binder. So for Hannah, we will be adding $15. So let's do that. So for Hannah, we're doing a 10 and a 5, right? And then what does she have? She has 10, 20, now $35. So let's just go ahead and at some point, I may start transferring funds over to like the back to school. I might just be doing that, because that way, and you're thinking, wait, back to school, we're in September. But if I plan ahead, I'll be ahead, right? And that's one of the purposes of doing this. Okay, so 923. Hannah, and we just added 15. And now, so she had, what did she have? Oh, Lord, I forgot. This is what happens when you get older. 10, 20, 30. We have now $35. Okay, so 35. At some point, I need to keep better track of this, because I should have 40 according to this, but I must have taken something out. Okay, so for Jacob will be receiving, sorry guys, Jacob will be receiving today a 10 and a 5 as well. So that'll be $15 for him. And he currently has 20. So now he has 10, 20, $35 as well. Okay, same thing with Jacob. Jacob, we give him allowance, both my husband and I, but we cash app him the money. And then this is just like cash that we're just, I don't know, I'm just like adding it here because they normally always ask for more. So 923 Jacob, and we just added 15, and now it's $35. Okay, so that wraps up that one. Wait, hold on. Yep, that wraps up that one. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I'm sorry. I thought that was the last binder, but it's not. I have here, let's just skip to where I need to be, which is air travel. I still haven't added money back in here, but that's okay. So let's do a 20 and a 5 for air travel, and let's see how much we have now. We have 20, 40, 65, 70. So now we have $70. And of course we should have a little bit more than that, but I had taken money out of there. So air travel is 25. So let's do this. 25 we're adding. Ooh, shoot, I tried to do a minus there. So 45 plus 25 is now $70. Okay, so we're good. We are good with that. We're not adding anything for health right now. Okay, we're skipping the rest, and that closes that out. And then of course we have here my 100 envelope, and let's see, let me first cross out everything I did. Beauty, we added, okay, so today we will be adding $145, and the envelopes that we're going to be stuffing today will be envelope 72 and 73. Okay, so we're doing 72 and 73. So let's just go ahead and add the money for these two. Okay, so let's do 20, 40, 60, 70, 71, 72. And then we have here 20, 40, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3. Voila, you see? Zero-based budget. I assigned my money where it needs to go. Don't let your money tell you what to do with it. You tell your money where to go. So here we go. 20, 40, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3. So we're adding 73. Again, I might take all this money out and then make that deposit so I can start earning my interest. Okay, so we did 73, and now we're doing 2, 40, 60, 71, and 2. I don't want to have too much cash, as you know, because once you make that deposit in a high yield interest account, you are earning interest, right? So there you have it. So this is done. So let's go ahead and cross out 72 and 73. Okay, and this is what we have left. Here you go. Perfect. Okay, well, listen, guys, that wraps up my cash stuffing. I'm happy that I took care of that. I am praying that if you are watching simply because you just wanted to find out more about how this works with cash stuffing, that you have been in some way motivated and inspired to start your journey. I mean, I was that person just a year ago in which I was watching these videos on just cash stuffing, and I was like, oh my God, I need to really implement that because this is going to help me come out of debt. And let me tell you this, even if you're not in debt, this is still a great system to use because you're keeping track of your money. You're creating a budget that's going to make sense for you and your family. You're going to do what you have to do to live within your means and not beyond your means. And I believe that this kind of system helps you stay within your budget, within those limits that you have already designated of what they're going to be. I cannot emphasize this anymore and tell you how, once again, this is a game changer for me. It's been working just a beautiful work for me in my financial journey. And I believe that it can do the same for you. Listen, God calls us to become good stewards with what he has given us. So be sure that you are just going into a journey where what you are doing is creating more than an impact, specifically for yourself and for your family and for those around you and for your community, that they can also see, glean from you and learn from you how it's so key and so important to just manage your finances. I mean, I can't say that enough. Managing finances is so key and so important. We are called to become good stewards. So I pray that you have enjoyed this video. Listen, if you have, give it a thumbs up. Why don't you go ahead and share it as well? And let me tell you this, if you have not subscribed and you have watched this to the end, I'm guessing it's because you have enjoyed this video. And if you have, go ahead and subscribe and join this great Very Smart Budgeting channel. Until next time, this was Heidi with Very Smart Budgeting. Bye-bye.